All right, phase one exercises. We got breathwork, SMR, and posture. Those will be on playlists by themselves. Then what we're gonna work on is basically some foundational shapes and movements that will start very slow, and those will help us build the connection and the correct integration that we need to move functionally. So obviously a huge part of that will be standing and walking and basic ways to get up from the floor. What we're gonna find is during these simple exercises, we're actually gonna be fighting a lot of resistance because of the dysfunction and the fascial adhesions in our body. Next, we have anterior and posterior extension, basically how to find length in our body. So anterior extension would be dead bugs, abs to wall, a lot of core exercises that have to do with lengthening the front chain of our body. And then obviously posterior is the opposite of the backside of the body, maybe some dead bugs and things like that. Number 9 is core brace. This could have to do with some planks or push-ups and things like that. And then we got a hip hinge and a squat. These are the main patterns that we will focus on. And again, they will be much easier than what you're used to because our body has always taken the path of least resistance, meaning we've been doing them wrong the entire time. And every time you rush through an exercise, you are telling your brain that it is okay to keep skipping the ranges of motion that might help you build more functional movement. So now use these exercises to recalibrate how you feel and how you move in each one of these shapes. Take a step back. Don't just say that they're easy and blow through all the exercises. And obviously do not rush. Each one of these exercises should be a meditation of its own, which means you must continually ask yourself, how can I make this go even slower? How can I build even more tension in my body with each breath? How can I build even more connection from my toes to my fingertips or to my head with each breath? And what you're gonna find is you're gonna start shaking. Basically, shaking is just part of your nervous system response to getting new information. What's happening is because you've skipped these ranges of motion and these connections have been lost, when you reconnect these parts of the body, you're going to get a lot of new electrical impulses to the brain and also throughout the body. That's what the shaking is going to be. Honestly, you should be looking for this. That means that you're doing it slowly enough and that you're doing it the right way. And obviously that's going to make it even more difficult. And what do you have to do? Always return to the breath. Every inhale should be expansive. It should be expanding the chest. It should be expanding the ribs off of the pelvis. It should be expanding all of your limbs. Your breath brings more power. Each inhale brings more power and obviously finds new length. Every exhale should be compressing and pressurizing the core, building a deeper connection within the body. Again, going back to the shaking, you are making new connections with these exercises. So just remember to expel all the air out on each exhalation. And this will take a lot longer than what you're used to. You're used to expelling air for maybe 4 or 5 seconds. You might be able to continue that for 20 seconds. So each breath cycle could take about 30 seconds. And each rep could take, honestly, 1 to 2 minutes. So I give you a suggested rep range. If you want to slow down each rep and you're going till failure, then that's even better. So again, like everything else in this program, it's an intuitive process of you finding the deepest level of connection that you can, even doing the simple things.